Yeah, we're gonna take out all the screws.
Okay.
So
Just screwdriver.
you use that one, then we go get the other one.
Okay.
Just start off the glove box and try to figure out how to take that. But we probably need another bag. I'll go get that too.
A zippy bag?
Yeah, I'll go
Okay.
get one.
Bring a trash bag too.
And we are back. Jeez. I know. You thought something happened to me because of COVID. I know. I know it. No, I'm just kidding. I did have COVID in December, by the way. And for some odd reason, I had the headaches, I had the achiness. But for some reason, my right leg was dying, bro. I tell you what, bro. I don't know. It was like my thigh was about to explode. I don't know what was the deal. But we're going to do some interior work today. And we'll begin off by taking the dash panel to glove box. Very simple stuff. If you ever done a dash panel before, you got a crap load of screws to take care of and a lot of organization, which did not happen. I tell you what, it didn't happen because at this point in time, this was last year, by the way, I'm trying to look at all those leftover screws I have and all this stuff. And I gotta say, I'm going to be 100% truthful to y'all. I think I got extra parts. I think this car came with extra parts. I'll take off the core of the actual dash panel. This is where everything hooks up to it. And then I proceed forward to the crash bar and the harnesses. There was a cluster mess of wires everywhere. I think there was an aftermarket alarm system that wasn't installed correctly. That's where you see all those random cluster wires. It looks really confusing, doesn't it? This thing looks terrible. Not only on top of that, you had a lot of dirt and dust everywhere. The smell was like old. It smelled like old. Like if you go to your grandma's house, that's how it smells like. I don't know how your grandma's house smells, but just picture that, okay? Just put that smell image in the dash, okay? It smells like your grandma's house. So I'm gonna focus on this point on the AC stuff. On your far right, you got the blower unit. The center of right next to the blower on the left side, that is the evaporator core unit, and then on the left of that is the heater core unit. It's 3 separate little things. I found out that you don't have to take the crash bar out if you want to gain access to these parts. If you're doing just your self-replacement evap core, or if you're doing heater core, or your blower motor went out, you don't have to take the crash bar out. The dash panel core, you might have to, but it's not too bad. But look at all this mess of wires. It is bad. It's very bad. I don't know. The radio was messed up, spliced together with butt connectors, and some do-it-yourself home guy just wanted some nice aftermarket radio, so he went ahead and did that. And he cut the original harness, which I was really mad. So we're gonna have to go in there and fix the radio harness. Great. Like if I know how this EWD looks. But on top of everything, just a mess. It's just how dirty everything was. I was going in there. I was kind of regretting of doing everything. I was like,
So I'm gonna assume this is like some kind of alarm system. They really did a piss poor job in installing this, so whatever.
yeah, so that's just extra wiring for me for my electrical needs. I wasn't too happy about that. Just like when I was unhappy about how they use fence piping to do the lift kit on, I was really pissed off about that. I was like, man, what were they doing here? So here I have to get some more of the harness. The harness actually goes through the left and right fenders, is right under there. So you see me here taking apart the fender itself and the fender liner that's in the bottom. I had to go in there and get dirty. At this point, I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just going going based off knowledge. I'm just willy-nilly just going and just doing stuff. That's sometimes what you got to do. You just got to go in there and just do the damn job. You know what I'm saying? Don't get too sophisticated. Oh, it's going to be so hard. I don't know what I'm doing.
Got this thing as magnetic. There we go. So right up here, we have one leak, and that's a light leak. That's going to be covering this side, so we're going to take care of that. Put some new seam sealer on there. We're not going to be able to get those welds right, and no pooling happens there, so I won't be worried about that thing rusting out, because if that's all it's rust out till this time, I think we'll be fine. And I'll show you the second piece right there. We have another leak that's pulling all of this. So this leak has been on for a little bit, so we're gonna get those fixed. Get my setup. Got that water hose running just to find these leaks. See, the water flow is really good. This has never been parked under a tree or anything, so the water flow is really good over here, so I'm not too worried about that. So since we have good water flow, everything else should be good. So I'm gonna knock that out another day, take the rest out, and see what happens.
And I know what you're saying right now. You're like, that's a badass light. I know, my girl stole it. I don't know where she stole it from, but she stole it. She's like, hey, look, I found this flashlight. Oh, you found it now. That's how we're going to say we stole things. We found it. I used to mess out of it, though. So, yeah, I totally forgot that the main reason we were taking off this wiring harness was because of those massive leaks. Old car, leaks come out. Those old seam seals do not hold up forever. If you're going to get an old car, go ahead and gut it. And get prepared. Get prepared to do some grinding down and stuff, because those seam seals are not going to stay permanent forever. So here we take off the main engine harness. Notice that I had took some of it from the passenger side fender well, and now I am working on the driver's side fender well. The harness, it's massive. It's a lot of stuff. And this is at a point in the automotive industry where we didn't have much luxuries like your radio and nav screens and Bluetooth and, you know, all these antennas and blind spot monitors, lane keep assist, all that stuff. You know, that's a lot of wiring. Now imagine if this car had that, you'll be seeing a much larger wiring harness. It's different. Today's era is different. I'm telling you. Here I'm taking off the pedal assembly. I'm gonna do some painting on that. There's a lot of rust on there. We're gonna refurbish it, try to do some decent paint work on that. But it's almost all gone. Look at how empty it looks. Right now it's not drivable now. There's no steering wheel, no harness, no ECU. A little quick clean, you know, I try to stay clean. It's a lot to take out that granny smell, you know what I'm saying? Gotta take it away, man. So here, I totally forgot I did all this. Dang, I've done a lot of work. He's like, yeah, because you haven't been making videos. I hope you've done something. Yeah, I know. Gee, I'm sorry. So I'm taking out the insulation, the deadening material. That stuff is part of why it smells so bad. That thing just retains the smell of old really good. And not only that, I don't even like how it looks. I don't think they did a great job of trying to insulate the right portions. Not only that, it looks terrible. Look how that stuff just disintegrates. You know, I basically used the dice method. I put a bunch of lines within it with using a normal scrape tool, whatever tool you can find that has sharp edge. Put some lines in it and start hammering it. That thing just falls right off. You don't want to go extreme on the hammer, right? Because you will dent the metal and the body. You don't want to do that. You want to keep it uniform, because the idea is... Alright, so this is what we got so far. I removed all of the
deadening material, or whatever you want to call this, padding that was there. I'm gonna have to clean it with some kind of solvent. I got some solvents laying around the house that I want to use up and have this nice clean surface. Here, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put some metal prep, which is this stuff right there. That's gonna do a little bit of a chemical reaction and etch the metal, and also help prevent this rust or cure this rust from forming ever again. So we're gonna do some of that. Gotta do a little bit of vacuuming. So let me do all that stuff and then I'll get back to you.
So before I was rudely interrupted, the main idea on why this is all being taken off, this is gonna get rhino lined, all right? Just like you saw before in the back, we're gonna do the front, and this is part of the procedure. The metal etching prep thing is amazing. I'm telling you, you must use this on any kind of old stuff. It does a really good job to tackle those rust points and really basically focus on those points, and actually changes color. That's when you kind of see that the metal etching effect and the curing effect is taking place. You can see on your left hand side in the corner there, you can kind of see it changing color right there. It's turning like a gray. It's really cleaning and doing a thorough job. I have some leftover acetone that I use, and all the stuff that I couldn't get from the deadening material, I went ahead and just grinded it out with the wire brush there. Here you can just tell, like, this front dash, it looks way different now. We just removed that deadening material, remove all the nasty so-called firewall insulation. Is a big fabric that was back there. I don't think I got a good clip of that, but you can tell right off the bat, and even just by watching this clip, you can tell that the car smells better. It smells better, bro. I'm telling you, bro. It smells good.
Alright, I want to show y'all a quick little update on this metal prep. Everything's pretty much dried down, and check out all this used to be rust. It has cured and it's actually changed color. We're gonna clean it another time with the wet rag, and I'm gonna clean this area again, take the rest of these sticky stuff. I did it on the other side. As you can see, this wall back here is already done. I already scraped everything with the DeWalt little grinding pad or disc, whatever you want to call it. And we're gonna do it again. We're gonna clean it really well, brush off anything we can, and I'm gonna go ahead and probably do a second coat of metal prep, let it dry again 2 hours, and then we'll see how it goes. I gotta clean this up. I kind of messed up because I put the metal prep here, and then I went on that side and grinded everything down, so all the grease and grime came over here. But I'm not too worried about it because I had full intentions of doing it again, and I think it's gonna come out well. This metal is really good. It had a lot of surface rust, and nothing really ate through. I think we caught it at the right time. So let me clean this up, and I'll show you guys again here in a minute.
So yes, you can kind of see the chemical reaction that took place at that moment. It really does make a difference. And if you actually do it to your cars, you can feel that the metal is much more cleaner, that paint can stick a lot better. It's just an overall great product to use on your restoration projects. It's very, very, very good idea. A tip that I would like to give y'all. I put my mask here because I know all these fumes aren't good for you. It's very bad for you. Look at all that rust. So there is rust there too that I still need to tackle, and so I went in with the wiring brush and used it to help it clean there better. What a difference, man. That is a huge difference. Now it's time for some self-etching. Woo!
Alright, here's what we got going on. We got a little bit of etch primer going on in here. It's looking so far so good. I did this last week, so that's why you kind of see the morning dew from the outside when it forms on the outside in the mornings. See, you can still see water coming in. So today what we're gonna do is seal those cracks up, and we're gonna seal them as best we can. We're gonna seal some right here to get it the best. This thing is really on there, so we're gonna get a good adhesion, hopefully. My next ruling session is gonna be 320 grit on these edges. We're gonna go seam sealer all the way on the top there, and hopefully we can get some sealage for it won't leak in here anymore. It's looking way better. The smell is a lot better. I am so excited. Everything's going according to plan, and we'll see what happens. Look at this giant mess. Jesus, let's do it.
So there you have it, ladies and gents. I hope you have gotten a little bit of information from this video. Self-etching primer was the last bit of the portion of that video. Basically, after we cleaned it up and scuffed it up, we're gonna get down and dirty with some sanding. Boo. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for watching, and I hope I see you on the next one.